Thank you so much. Big round of applause, everybody.
Yay! That's a lot of info.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for coming to Plus One to Mischief. My name is Kevin. I am the game master for this particular campaign / adventure / event / whatever this is.
Party.
Starting here.
Hi, I'm Myri, and I'm going to be playing Paget. She's a tiefling warlock, and definitely not evil. Absolutely ridiculous. Why would you say that? Next person.
I'm Tim Brown. I'll be playing Mackenzie, the paladin, the noble paladin, the powerful follower of the Four, who is 2 feet tall. I'm a halfling. Sorry.
No, that was a long
Go right
pause,
ahead.
Sorry.
That's good.
Go for it.
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. I'm Christine. I'm going to be playing Hayden. She is an elf barbarian, but she's not really cool with being a barbarian, so she doesn't like to talk about it.
Hi, I'm David Tren. I'll be playing Bobby Joe. He's a rogue, a human, and a friend. Kinda.
So, before I give a summation about what happened last time, can anybody, and this is just for fun, give me anything that happened in the last game? Tell me one thing that you remember from last game.
We fought a toad.
You fought a toad, that is correct.
Mackenzie saved Phlegm, who got hit by Phlegm.
Oh, Tim,
By
you're so
the toad.
close. You're like 90%.
Fleming.
Like it's an A-.
Fleming. Thank you. The ing is so important to a name.
It
Sorry.
is. Especially when the alternative is your name being Phlegm.
Yeah, it is. Good point.
Tran, what do you got?
We're siblings, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Our father was
we're
a...
tied together by adventure and
Yeah.
family and blood.
Myri?
I mean, I set a toad on fire. That's mostly what
Okay.
I got. Also, we have a ghost and a house.
Yeah.
And a dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
The floating head's name we remember.
Cousin Head.
Cousin Head.
It's not my
Thank
name.
you.
It's not my name.
Isn't
Bailhop,
ghost
which is
a
even
service?
I know, it's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
I didn't think I'd find it worse than Bailhop, but it turns out.
Don't call it ghost service.
So, the actual summation. Our adventurers, each individually and separately, were tasked with bringing a magical item of what we shall say is dubious utility to a near-abandoned house at the very edge of civilization in the world of Grawl in the nation of Triboche. In their attempts to get there, they hooked a ride on the Grieghund carriage service, which was hijacked by bandits and attacked. They did manage to thwart the bandits, who were in fact led by a frog. I know that it sounds like they were making that up, but they weren't. They were led by a frog wizard of some pedigree. After finally, hoofing it the rest of the way to the abandoned manor, they were greeted by a floating, demonic-looking skull at the door, who ushered them into a lounge where they sat with a collection of very rich and indulgent individuals and listened to the reading of the last will and testament of Jen Hawkwing, who is your dad's name.
Yay!
Go ahead and write it down now, a week later, because deep personal revelations apparently don't make much of an impact in our players. Great, thanks. During the reading,
Literally none of us could remember his
none
name.
of them. You'll note that in their summations, they did not say, "Oh, I found out my dad was this super powerful wizard named Jen Hawkwing."
We didn't meet
remembered
the
the
guy.
We remembered
He
that
was
he was
dead.
a wizard. It's just we couldn't
Oh, and
remember his name.
And he is super dead.
Why do we need to know his name? It's not like we're going to be like, oh, I forgot your name.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
Freeze
you.
us.
Well,
He's a dad.
regardless, the important piece of information to take away from the last will and testament was 2 things. 1, they've inherited everything. 2, most of the estate proper is in what we shall call rough condition, as we'll see a little bit tonight as they explore their manor house. Chateau de Hawkwing, if you will. As they explore, you'll see all of that. Which, by the by, I'd like everybody at this point to roll a d20.
No. Okay.
However, they were ushered to bed. There were several bedrooms.
11.
11,
17.
17, 15,
10.
10. So, Mackenzie, you got upstairs first. Did you take, and I'm not getting, The room with all the rotten furs and like a bunch of rugs and carpets lying on the ground and no bed? Did you take the master bedroom with the big 4-post bed? Did you take the biggest bedroom, which was completely empty? Did you take the room... Oh, and go ahead and make a religion check while we're here.
8. Oh,
Eight.
wait. 12.
12? Okay. There is a symbol in, like, tin...
No, it was
kind
8,
of...
sorry.
What?
It was 8, sorry.
You don't get any bonuses
You're
to...
a paladin.
I probably put the number in the wrong place.
You get no bonuses to your religion knowledge.
I thought I did, but I must have put it in the wrong position.
Cool.
Good on
cool,
ya.
cool,
I just
cool.
believed everything
It's not
they
like
said.
I built a whole adventure around maybe you might know something about other religions, but
If
hey,
you allow me to do the typo thing, I have a +4, like
Don't
I'm
worry about
supposed to.
I'll believe a +4 for a paladin to know something about religion. There is a symbol that you recognize. There is a sect of the Fabled Four, which is why it's for you it's a DC 12, that you have a Temptress figure.
Yes.
This is the group that worships her.
Oh no.
Yeah. Her symbol is nailed to the wall. It's a piece of tin.
I'm taking this room.
You're taking this room?
I'm
Okay.
taking this room. I must sanctify?
Okay, great. Cool. Have fun with that. So Tim had a 17. What was the next one down? It was a 15. Tran, was that you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tran, which room did you want? Master bedroom, room with all the furs, big room with one bed. There's two other ones that I want to mention. There's a sort of sparse, just basic room, but like it has like a twin in it. And then there is a room that is like a darkened forest glen inside of it. Not really pleasant. There's like a stagnant pool of water and like there are rocks within it that are covered in like slimy moss.
Oh, that sounds like bullshit. I'll take the master bedroom.
He'll take the master bedroom. He was second upstairs. Up next was Hayden.
I definitely take the tree room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little gross.
I'm sorry, it makes me feel like home. I mean, not home. I'm not a wood elf. Nope. I'm a high elf.
For life.
For life. I'm really fancy, guys.
Okay, so she settles up in the corner, and it's not a great piece of the forest. Like I say, this is sort of a dark, like
It's
foreboding.
better than rotting furs. So
That's fair. Speaking of,
So
Barbarian.
you've got the twin room or the rotten furs room.
I just want to point out that I actually called first last time. I said it out loud to all of you. Fine, I take the moldy fur room.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I love beer.
We were also really drunk at the
Yeah.
end of
Or
last
whatever
night.
the gnome gave us.
We had
in
a
our
drinking
defense.
contest because we found out our dad was dead. So
I
we were
wasn't.
upset.
I just judged the drinking contest, and
That's
I
true.
judged hard.
That we had a dad.
that we had a dad
And he was dead.
and he was dead.
So now I'd like you all to roll again.
15.
15,
18?
18,
17.
17,
6.
6. Okay, so Hayden,
Yep.
you sleep somewhat fitfully in this dark, spooky chunk of forest that is somehow in the middle of this house.
Okay.
Because it's a little weird. You can't lie. It's a
Yeah,
touch
no, I mean
weird.
it's true.
And you wake up to the smell of black, acrid smoke, which has drifted into the room. It's not a lot. It's kind of a thin layer of smoke, but it's definitely like something is burning in the house.
Oh, that
Okay.
sounds lovely. Why didn't you give me that room?
Sorry about.
Acrid smoke. You get all the good stuff.
Are you going to do anything, or are you just going to lie there?
I'm gonna start yelling for Cousin Head. 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 I think something's burning. Help. Help.
Okay. So hang on. Oh, guys, that's such a 1. By the way, I didn't do this time because I feel like this crowd is pretty savvy. But is there anybody here who has never played a tabletop RPG before or doesn't understand how it works?
We have a hand.
You do have a hand?
Yes?
Okay, so essentially we're doing a constructed shared narrative experience. I am going to present a world and a series of circumstances. The players are going to respond to it in ways they feel their character would. To adjudicate it and keep a layer of luck and randomness in there, we have them roll dice to find out certain things. They get certain numerical bonuses to things they should be good at. Like, I don't know, a knight of a religious order might know a lot about religions, just off the top of his head.
It's weird how that works.
Barbarians who are used to surviving out in the wilderness might be much better at surviving, and being able to gather firewood and all of that.
If they were actually from the forest.
If they were actually from the forest.
I mean, I'm not from the forest.
Which no one here is from the forest.
Okay.
We should be very clear.
I know magic. I don't. I do. That's fair.
Because they don't write that check. So that's the basic structure, and what you've seen here is kind of a loose guidance on how things are going to go. So I will be making all the rolls for everybody who's not one of the players in the room. And I just had poor Bale Hop the Floating Skull roll to hit for his perception check, and got a 1. So low numbers are bad, and a 1 is kind of the worst. High numbers are good, 20 would be the best. So there is no response from Uncle Head, Cousin Head, wherever it is that he's floating around.
So I go, and get out of bed and kind of start looking for the smoke to try and put out whatever is burning, because I don't want to die.
Cool. So it's pretty easy to follow the trail of smoke, because it gets thicker and thicker as you go to the stairs, and you go downstairs. And there's no extra heat. It's not like the house is on fire or anything. So you just kind of wander down into, an entirely abandoned kitchen. There are a few cabinets that where doors hang open, and you can see there's nothing in those cabinets. And there's not a lot of, appliances or material with which one would cook here. There is, a small wood stove hooked up in the corner, upon which is a cast iron skillet, from which black smoke is pouring out of this thing. And lying right next to it, snoring very peaceably, is Nolby. Can anybody tell me who Nolby was?
He's the gnome. Go ahead.
Sorry, I like how we both got kind of a little excited about that. We remember someone.
You didn't trick us. No, sorry.
Wasn't he the gardener, the groundskeeper?
He's the groundskeeper here at the estate.
He cried a lot.
A lot. He was crying a lot and super drunk. That's where we got the alcohol.
And by the by, he's totally got a bottle still locked in his hand.
Cool.
So he's just slumped up against it. And taking a look at what's...
to him? Did we enable him?
We gave him a knife, too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
It's a cheese knife. It's only good
Oh,
with
that's
cheese
right.
or
Okay, no,
salted
that's
meats.
right. That's right. Okay.
Magically
I
immune.
was like, this got really dark.
Yep.
Okay.
So real, so fast.
As we said last time, it'll cut through cheese like butter. And through people not butter.
It's
At the Trump toad.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So, if you peek, you peek into the pan, and he's sort of thrown a bunch of what was at one point bacon into the pan, but it's probably been cooking for 40 minutes on high now. It's
gotta be safe.
Still a little thick on one side. It looks like he threw bacon in the pan and then passed out after turning on the stove. So.
Is there a towel that I can pick up the stove with? Because I don't want to burn myself, because ow.
Fair.
I'm a lady, damn it.
The barbarian. Because ow, says the barbarian. You can find a hunk of fabric
Okay.
with which you can yank it off of the
So
stove.
I throw it at the wall because I'm a little pissed off about it. He
Okay.
woke me up. And I pour the rest of the booze on him only after taking a swig.
Sure. Hair of the dog that bit you.
Legit.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I guess that's what I do. Yeah.
The three of you, if I could have you make perception checks, thank you.
11.
11,
12.
12. Tran, what you got?
16.
16. All right. So all three of you here,
Actually, -2. That's
14.
14.
Math.
Math.
Could have been a 13. We had.
10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
All right, so you all awake to the sound of ow, clash, clang, bang, goosh, Which is Nolby's reaction when you start pouring alcohol on him.
Do we smell the smoke?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now that you're awake, you can smell like black.
Smells like the sulfur pits of home.
Solar pits.
Sulfur pits.
Sulfur pits. I was like, what are
Delightful.
solar pits? Go on.
Mackenzie says, "You will not tempt me, evil temptress. I will not be swayed by sounds in house."
Oh yeah, for all of those who are just now joining us, Mackenzie totally has a Russian accent.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
Yep.
Yes.
So, Tran, what do you do?
I scream out, "Skull servant!"
His name is Cousin Head.
By the way, totally rolled a 20 on Skull Servant! Oh, he heard that.
Skull servant, come here right now!
So there's downstairs, Hayden. Nolby's sort of still sputtering a little bit. What happened? Was it? Huh?
You burned the bacon, and you woke me up. I hate you.
You suck.
So yeah, I mean, he just
oldest?
like
'Cause she feels
big
like the
crocodile
oldest
tear
sibling.
just wells up in one eye immediately. He was like, "Oh no, I did.
Please, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
I was
Okay,
just-
no, you're someone
I was trying to
okay.
make food for you all because it's been so empty."
Okay. And kind of like gently, like kind of the head, but also
I
a
messed
little
it
with
up.
the face.
I messed everything up.
No,
I
you're.
messed up the garden, and I messed up the walls, and I messed up the library. It's all messed up.
I mean-
and he just degenerates into a blubbering mess.
Okay.
Again.
Let me
Okay.
know when I get downstairs.
So yeah, you guys can walk in, and she's like patting him on the head, and he's just sobbing. He's like clutching at her leg, like, "I'm sorry."
Oh
I'm
God.
sorry.
Okay.
What did you do to him?
He woke up. This is just what he is. Okay. Sorry.
He is everything that is good in this world.
Oh, you're sweet. Okay.
So
I'm gonna
Trent,
try to salvage the bacon though while
so
I'm there.
from a cinematic perspective, behind them, you do see a floating orange skull go, about yay big, go floating behind them, unnoticed by them, as they're having this conversation. It drifts upstairs and it
Don't
comes
see
to
it.
Tran's room. And you hear a slow
Bobby Joe's room.
Bobby Joe's room. Yes, excuse me.
Okay, skull servant,
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
make sure that this sound doesn't happen in the morning again.
I'll do what I can, sir.
I am the heir of this house, and you have to do whatever I say. Obviously, I'm the oldest one. I'm the tallest one, I imagine.
Oh my God.
You are almost entirely correct, sir. Unfortunately, your last statement is false.
Okay.
You are not the oldest member of the Hawkwing family.
Who is? Is it me?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
it's you,
pretty
Elf
sure.
Queen.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
I mean, how old
think
are you?
I think I'm like 45ish, because elves don't become adults until they're around 100. So I'm a good 20 in elf years. So
yeah.
I haven't seen any
knowledgeable.
proof of that, so I'm going to disregard that until it's proven.
As you wish, sir.
And get me some grapefruit. Thank you.
I don't believe we have any on the premises, but I'll see what I can dig up. Thank
Make
you.
one up. Grow a tree or something.
oh my God.
Goes well
both
beyond
suck.
my ability. Sir.
He's definitely the middle child.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking on behalf of middle children, what the fuck?
The older ones too. With
Oh, yeah, I know.
The bacon throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I mean,
100% oldest and then middle. I totally agree.
No,
Okay.
definitely middle.
So
child.
do you try to go back to sleep then? Do you just hang out in the room, or do you want to come participate in the story in any way, shape, or form?
I walk over there and investigate, I guess.
And Tim, after
Drag my feet.
sending your curse at the
Curse?
sigil,
I'm sanctifying. I am blessing.
so that's what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So, Tran, you can come downstairs, and they're sort of like, are you guys trying to console Nolby at all? Are you doing anything?
I'm patting him.
I am, but I'm terrified. I mean,
You're the devil, yeah.
Yeah.
I walk down,
it's
scream,
alright.
"Who has
Everything will be
disturbed
okay."
my sleep?"
Eyes glowing. Horns being there.
The horns existing.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you find them in the kitchen, and again, it's it's an abandoned kitchen, and most of the houses like this. You haven't exactly examined the whole estate to any degree, but most everything sort of speaks of a Grey Gardens-esque sort of decayed former glory.
So Nolby really did mess everything up.
I want you to drink your body's weight in liquor and then see how much gardening you can do.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, he wasn't lying when he said he messed up.
Oh, no, he was not lying.
I,
Nobody doesn't do the lying thing.
I do
Okay.
eat the burned bacon though, because it's just like my mom makes back on the island, and you know.
Oh, and it has that nice kind of frozen bit right in the middle of it. Oh, it's
Perfect.
delicious.
Perfect. I love it, and I think.
And it's a little bit
bacon.
dusty because it's on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, it's perfect.
Excellent. I just eat all
Yeah,
of that.
you all watched your tiefling buddy tear into the grossest chunk of bacon that could exist at this moment.
I look at her with disgust.
Is it just burnt?
I don't notice. I think that's reverence.
He took a honk of bacon, slapped it in the middle, and then forgot it. So like the very middle of it is
Is
still like
perfectly
cold and
rare, and the outside is nice and crisp.
yeah.
Only one side actually, because we
Optimism
never
is
turned it.
It has all the flavors and textures and,
So this is the
and
thing that
temperatures you
happens.
want in a big piece
People
of meat.
align one direction or the other. Cynicism and optimism. You know, love and hate. It'll be-
And it's pretty much split right,
So
right
anyway,
down here.
After, let's say, an hour of salvaging what you can find in the pantry, which is similarly abandoned, it seems like this was like the largest amount of food that was still here. I mean, there's like a loaf of probably a little too stale bread and some like cheese that's on the verge of going bad. You know, things are not, there's not a lot to eat, but you guys can make yourselves a small breakfast, plus you probably have your own travel rations.
Paget offers to cook, but as a player, I'm telling you, turn it down.
I just steal the cheese for myself. So
Do I feel that I've made any difference on blessing this room?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
7.
7?
Well, I'm
Maybe.
gonna take, deniability. I'm gonna go down and cook.
Okay. And is Mackenzie a good cook? Is that
Oh yeah,
something-
actually, it's one of the things I put money in.
I mean, halflings historically have been good cooks.
Good call.
The trick
'cause
is
I'm
to
about
cook
to
with
Eldritch
liquor.
blast this like eggs.
and I'm holding a block of cheese. So
I also add a little bit of religious herbs. to the
oh,
cook.
Okay.
all right.
Those of you who are not here last time, Mackenzie's religion takes a pretty
Liberal.
liberal viewpoint as regards substances that alter your state of mind. So, that's a lot of fun.
Tastes great though.
Good news is, it's weird. It's like the more you eat, the hungrier you get, and the more you want food. Like, it's not bad, but you're just kind of craving stuff. But anywho, what do you guys do after your little breakfast or sitting around your table? Do you guys go back to that lounge room where you were last night? Do you want to explore the house a little bit?
I want to see the town.
So we should do a family
The
retreat.
town's like an
right?
hour away.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Did I take a look at a treasury last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
in the basement.
Oh my god,
the
basement
ghost.
ghost.
We got to meet the guy.
Yeah.
All right,
It could be
obviously-
Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted him to be named Carl.
Let's look at the what money situation we have first, guys. Come
I
on.
bet the ghost knows about the money.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
with
he
them.
has food in the basement.
Let's get some money and go into town.
Okay.
All right. Well, he suggests a good idea too, though.
Okay.
So what are you doing? Like, it is a good idea. I'll concede that.
Oh, skull servant.
The being who prefers to be called the executor floats into view because his alternatives are Balehop, Cousin Head, or Skull Servant, none of which are great. He floats into view. Yes, sir.
Money, please. And I just hand out my hand.
Is
Sort of
that
like
a
drips
thing we
looking
can
down.
do? Just ask
And he says,
for it.
In
In our hands.
I did show it to you last night. As I explained, the remaining fungible assets of the estate were used paying for your arrival. The payments that you were promised for your...
Yeah,
we did, as I recall, you all divided the treasury up amongst yourselves, 500 gold pieces apiece.
that
I
is
was
correct.
Fucked up last night, alright? Cut me a break. All right. I just
Of course,
learned that I lost my dad.
Yes.
No.
It must be terrible for you, losing that which you have never known.
You wouldn't
Is
know.
there anything
you
else
don't
I
have
can
a heart, all right?
That is demonstrably
Hayden
true.
starts to sob again at the mention
no.
of Dad. So just, oh God.
The head skull just sort of like rotates and looks at you for a moment and looks back to Bobby Joe. Is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
Bring us some horses for the ride into town.
I'm afraid I can't do that, sir. I'm not permitted to leave the premises.
Well, what can you do?
Some light dusting, tell stories, generally manage Nolby to the extent that I am able.
Yeah, guys, Paget is not here,
right.
actually. She's down in the basement to go.
I'm gonna,
Just
I'm
as a
gonna
heads
have you do something, all right?
Yes, sir.
Go into Nobi's place, take all the liquor, and put it in my room.
Oh, you mean Monday, sir?
Do it every day.
Very good.
All right.
Okay, so he floats off. And you see him head towards the door that you guys all came through with the bridge across the moat. And then he just bears left into the coat check room. And if you stick around, he floats back out about 10 seconds later carrying like 5 bottles that are just sort of floating like a crown around his head.
I was wondering if
Whose
he like
crown?
held them in his teeth or not. I was gonna ask, but question answered.
So meanwhile, as this conversation is occurring, Paget just sort of like Batman's out
She just nopes out of there.
and heads to the basement.
Ghost.
Mackenzie is going to comfort Hayden's knee. Height,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
about niche in area.
There, it's okay. Let it be.
Oh God, everyone's gonna die.
He hugs her knees.
Yeah, it's not changing anything. But thank you, you little bro.
So you go to the basement,
Yay.
and there's no lock or anything on this solid oak door. That is, it takes you a little bit of time to like wander around the estate and like try a couple of doors, and you see that there is like a very, very cold library because like the roof is open, like it's caved in there.
Are the books okay?
No, God no. You find like a room with like 3 big billiards tables that are all, the felt is all ripped up and torn. You do a little like mini exploration. You have to cross through a big courtyard, but you finally find on the ground floor the one door that has sets of stairs going downwards.
Yes.
So you open the door.
Yes.
Okay, nothing happens.
Oh.
You go down the stairs.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you can walk down the stairs, and your tiefling eyes have no problem penetrating the dark.
They glow.
What-
They
yeah,
generate
what
their
is-
own light.
Okay, so what does your dark vision look like? Is it like infrared, like video camera footage, or is it like? Do you see in like?
I mean, I think I see in shades of purple. Is that a
Okay,
thing?
yeah, sure.
Yes.
Listen, it's your fucking vision, man. I'm just here, So yeah, you walk down and you can see like the walls vaguely outlined with a slight purple glow that kicks in. And as you're looking around, there's nothing down here. Like it's not even really a basement. It's like a root cellar. So it's like 10 by 10. It's not a big space that you could walk into. But there's a brick floor. There's bricks all over the walls, and there's like a chair in the corner.
Ghost. Hello. I'm Paget. Are you here?
Kinda. Like right by your voice. Like right there. His voice goes, kinda.
Yes. What's your name?
What's yours?
Paget. I just said that.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Paget.
Pidgeot?
Paget.
Pidgey.
Paget.
Pidgeotto.
Paget. Very close, though. We'll take that one.
Oh, Pidgeotto, great. And there's sort of a dim shape sort of bobbing over the chair at this point. And it says, they call me Hersats.
That's a name I've written down on my sheet already. Why
Yeah,
do- oh,
'cause it got mentioned
Because
in
it got
the-
mentioned.
We were paying attention, we promise.
They caught the name of the basement ghost. And not their dad.
He's dead.
So the ghost!
Well, apparently what he's doing with his afterlife matters more.
Someone does have daddy
I
issues.
think maybe Mackenzie's not as okay with his circumstances as he says he is. He's just real good at repressing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this, and it's not a humanoid shape. It's just sort of like a loose mass of goo, sort of bubbling over the chair.
I like goo. I like bubbling. It's all good. So, as I said, I'm Paget, and well, the old owner died, and now me and my siblings are here, and I thought I'd come say hello. I'm not evil. Heads up.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, I am. I have a fairy godmother. Nobody who has a fairy godmother could possibly be evil.
A little like bubble, bubbles up to the surface and then like pops, and you feel like that's a laugh. Like that's a little.
I dig that.
Okay. And it says,
I assume he believes me. It's a laugh of collaboration. Yeah, definitely.
"Let me ask you this:
Yes. Yes.
what's your favorite kind of ice cream?"
Oh, well, I mean, that's hard to say, but probably gallbladder. Gallbladder, but blood is so good.
I love that nobody else is here for this comment. Another like two little mini bubbles pop on the top of it, and it goes, "I used to prefer vanilla."
Oh, well, I mean, that's good too.
Not picky, are you?
I'm not. I mean, all ice cream is good, guys. Come on.
But blood ice cream.
I'm not a monster.
What happened to Hawkwing?
I don't know, guys. Do we know?
He's dead.
I mean,
He's dead? Is that a good noise?
I outlived him.
I mean, in a manner of speaking. Yes.
Yeah, low bar.
Yes, you did. Good
Are
job.
you death shaming me?
No, it's not how it came across. I'm so sorry.
The ball of goo just dissolves into the chair.
No, that was very, very stupid of me. That was a dumb thing to say.
You death shamed him.
How insensitive.
I have a live privilege, and
character
I'm
should
sorry.
Well, no response. So
Oh.
Paget! We're gonna leave!
I can't hear you. I'm in the basement.
Paget! We're gonna leave soon!
Can I hear them? Should I
oh
roll
sure, yeah,
for
no.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys again. You have to do sort of a circuitous run around the estate, which is kind of like a mini castle. There, big exterior walls, rooms and things built into the walls itself, and then a sort of central courtyard garden area.
Can I just get a bag full of anything that's not nailed down so I can
Give me an investigation check.
Cool.
This is literally your house, though.
And give me an idea about what you're focusing on.
Candelabras.
Because here's the thing, guys, I have 8 pages of notes on
We
this fucking
literally
house.
made one light source for each.
So I need to know what
Valuables.
you're looking for.
Something that's non-essential.
He's gonna pawn this stuff.
Yeah, no, of course he is.
Yeah. Candle holders and candelabras.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Alright, okay.
And you're all okay with this, of course.
I don't know that we're there to watch.
I am
I mean,
in the
12.
basement.
12?
Yeah.
Dude, this place is picked clean.
Oh my
If there's
God.
stuff here, you have no idea. I mean, you did kind of get the the implication that this place has been abandoned for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
So people who wanted to come through here and take stuff have had a 10-year period in which they could do so. So if there's anything here, it's going to be hidden so well that it's going to take a long time to find it.
Alright, that ruins my plans. It's alright. Someone else can play now.
I just head out to the garden after screaming for Paget,
Okay.
because I don't really want to have to wait for everyone, and I like trees.
Make a
so.
nature check or a survival check, whichever's higher.
Okay, cool. Oh. Okay. Well, survival is +2, so 5.
A total whopping 5, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, everything's dead here. It's dead. And, I mean, it's kind of late in the season. It's getting towards the harvest time, anyways. But so you wouldn't expect a lot of like vibrant green life here, but it looks like this stuff's like dead.
Oh, like it's just never gonna bloom again.
Yeah, like if you wanted anything to grow here, you would have to get rid of this stuff and put something else in.
I don't sob, but a single tear.
The sexy cry.
Yes, alone in a garden.
A dead garden.
With Mackenzie looking at you like,
It's got very Wuthering Heights all of a sudden.
I just have all of emotion. Okay.
Mackenzie walks up to her. Is she still standing?
Yeah.
All right, he touches her on the knees and says, "Do not get a world on your shoulders," and does his healing thing, which just makes you feel really good.
I mean, that was the noise that usually comes out for people. Am I right? Is that?
Yeah.
I feel a little uncomfortable that my brother did that to me.
I'm not sure he's really aware that that's not socially acceptable. But it does give you a hit point.
Hey! Cool. I feel a little bit better,
Okay.
but confused.
Yeah, like you feel really good for a minute. Like, oh yeah, I don't need to carry the weight up. Now what?
Cough and then kind of like take a little step away. I'm like, thanks, bro.
Okay. So, anything else you guys are doing here in the estate? Or are you going to be doing?
I mean, I'll pop out from the basement, but I'm real sad, guys.
Hayden, do you mind if I call you Big Sis?
I mean, you're smaller than me and my brother, so no.
There you go.
What do you mean?
There we go.
Can I ask, call for a skull servant again?
You can try.
Sure. Yeah. No.
I just want to ask one question.
Yes, sir.
Where did my father spend most of his time?
Hour. Just saying.
Here, this is my question.
Yes.
Step out of this. This is my question. He whispers to me.
Must I, sir?
Okay, fine. Say out loud.
I'm afraid I wouldn't be privy to where Master Hawkwing spent most of his time. It was outside of the estate.
Outside of the state.
Yes, but
any
from
of
what
us-
I am led to understand, and from the things he brought home, he was quite the gadabout, adventurer, playboy, billionaire, philanthropist. Yes.
Okay, we must search for his fortune. I mean, learn more about him, guys.
You already have
Are
500.
we
have
nearby
it.
for this?
Are you?
What?
Did you ask for him in your own room, or were you in like the main hall where we were this morning?
Wherever I was last time, I was probably searching.
you were doing you were finally getting really frustrated with nothing in the house.
Yeah.
Like there are beds and there's furniture
Definitely.
and there's like rotted furs and tapestries and like you go to look at like the mantelpiece where there was clearly one point like an ornate golden sculpture and you can see where the screws were pried out of the bar. Like somebody hit this place before you did. It's maddening.
God damn it!
And so you just call for Skull Servant. So yeah, this is in the Great Hall, which is right by the entryway.
So
that
we're
you get
generally
in.
assembled.
Yeah, you're generally assembled.
All right, fair enough.
Skull Servant. God, now you got me doing it. The executor says, as I believe I stated last night, young masters, there is a somewhat comprehensive guide to the properties and estate that you have inherited.
No friends or secrets that you can tell me about that you are forbidden to say.
If I were forbidden to say them, sir, I could not say them.
Yeah, but he's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
If I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
is
Please,
it not
please,
like
anybody but him?
is it not like our father had multiple sexual relations with like 900 conquests?
I'm afraid I'm not privy to the precise number, sir. In his will, he did list that he had at least 85 children.
I'm like,
85.
During this, I just
God.
put my ears in my fingers in my ears and just go la 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 la.
Excuse me one moment, young masters. I wish to check that figure. And he floats off, and he comes back with the big book that he was carrying around in his mouth last night. And again, he's carrying this one in his mouth.
Okay, so I wasn't imagining things. He does carry things in his mouth.
But also
Like,
floats
this
things.
floats things. Okay.
I'm sorry. I overestimated by some degree. He spits the book out into Tim's hands and says, "I'm afraid I'm overestimated the Master Hawkwing's prowess. He lists 35 children that he is aware of."
Oh, it says there he might have one that's a squid.
Yeah.
That's not at all what it says.
How many
I wouldn't put it past
species?
him, but that's not in the text. Huh?
How many species would you say are listed in this book?
That I'm afraid I don't know, sir. Perhaps you should attempt to read the first page.
Mackenzie takes his time to study the book.
Yep. So, the
Paget
first page.
reads over his shoulder.
I mean, this is like being back at church.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't know paladins were so church averse.
This book isn't quite the same for some
It's
reason.
not for some reason. So you open the first page, and there's the text of the will written in common.
Okay.
And then you turn to the next page, and it's just gobbledygook. You have no idea what this says. It's like you can kind of pick up letters here and there, but you don't. There's no way for you to tell what is the content of the text that you're reading.
Mackenzie hands it back to the skull. All right, I do not read this.
He says, "No, sir, neither do I. I believe Master Hawkwing had it encrypted before his passing.
You suck.
I'm afraid
But not
that's
you
not my
personally.
trouble, sir." He says, "I can work on deciphering it for you if you wish. I do have a bit of free time on my, well, hands.
Are you good at this sort of thing?
I am trained, although I would not say I'm a natural talent, sir. I could
Right.
take some time to decipher it. I took the liberty of working on it a little bit over the course of the evening, as I do not sleep."
All right, I think we're all heading to town.
Yeah.
Very
We
good, sir.
leave
Is that
you
the village
with
of Derrick
the
Run,
book.
then?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, you're kind of sad, but that's it.
But beautiful.
Aw.
Thank you.
He's a floating demon head, guys. He is.
But he
Thank you,
also
young mistresses. Is there any other compliments you would like to pay me at this time, or insults?
Where's my grapefruit?
In town, sir. Be forewarned, the town has had a bit of a rough patch over the past few years. When last I spoke with any of the representatives from the town, they mentioned some trouble with kobolds out there.
Is that what Derek's running from?
Oh dear, that's wordplay, isn't it?
because Derek's run. Yep.
Perhaps you would like to check your definition of the word Derrick before entering the village. If there isn't anything else, I'd like to retire and perhaps work on the text a little.
Is there any way that you can send us a message when you understand the text?
Not particularly, sir. I'm afraid, as a being who lives in a skull, who lives in an abandoned house, my capacity to send messages to the outside world is somewhat diminished.
Right, we'll be
I
back.
could try to send an Olby.
Don't.
I
No.
will
I
do
mean,
that.
it's
I was going to say I wouldn't expect you to receive the message.
I don't want him to die.
yeah.
Are you positive, mistress?
Mackenzie goes to get the rest of the money.
Is there
Sure.
a rest of
I didn't take my full 500.
Oh.
Sure.
I took more than my full 500.
No.
Oh, that's right.
You
I
have
mean-
one more than your full
Hey.
500.
Oh.
But I have 501, more than the rest of you.
So I have
That's right,
499, don't I? I lost like a gold piece. I'm not gonna count it.
It was
No,
Trang.
no, it
She
wasn't
stole
you.
it from Trang.
I,
Oh,
I
did she?
told it from Bobby Joe.
Ah,
Yeah.
I still have the
'cause-
platinum piece from
Do I
the
even
platinum lady.
know? Do I know about this?
No.
No. She,
Okay.
You
She's
failed your
good.
perception check. She made her sleight of hand.
All
Sorry.
Cool.
All right,
to town.
so you guys get off on the road,
Can't
and after like 30 minutes of kind of walking, you catch up on Fleming,
Yay.
who had apparently left, and he's still kind of walking a little slow, a little stiff. He did kind of fall off a carriage last time.
He was nearly dead.
He was very, very nearly dead.
Do you want to ride?
He sort of looks around at all of you walking on your feet.
Oh, no. Card, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, there's no carts, there's no horses.
But
Like,
Mackenzie's very strong. He can carry you.
No, he's not.
Oh my God, you're not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am not.
I just
He's
assumed you
2
were.
feet tall.
I know.
You're a paladin. I thought you were strong.
I am 2 feet tall. Strong for that is very weak.
She can carry you. She's very strong.
You're gonna have to punch me first, but
He says, I'm good, thanks, guys. I'm really okay. I just, I need to walk it out, get the muscles, get the blood flowing.
I could make that feel a little better.
I'm good, thanks. Actually.
All right.
He takes a look, he keeps walking, he says, so where are you all headed?
Your town?
Derrick's Run.
Derrick's Run, yeah, that's the next village up here. Yeah. Like, used to be a nice place. I haven't stopped off in a long time, a couple of months.
Is Derrick there?
Oh my God. No, and listen, I get this joke a lot. It's as tired today as it was when I first started this 20 years ago.
Oh, but we meant it sincerely. I mean, is it named after a person? No.
No. Hang on one second. My internet connection is a little slow.
Well, I mean,
I've heard of that.
I speak ancient. And in ancient,
How about this?
so
Everybody
far
make an
things have had
intelligence
literal
check.
names.
There we go.
Just straight intelligence?
17.
Yeah.
Oh, intelligence plus. Yeah, 17.
17.
Oh, do we do the
Yeah.
little intelligence? Okay, so 17 as well.
17.
9.
14 and 9. So everybody on this side of the table, including Hayden, knows that a derrick is a lifting device composed at minimum of one glued mask, as in a gin pole, which may be articulated over a load. Basically, it's a crane. It's a lifting
I was like,
Okay.
pulling device.
Fancy words.
Amazing how we all remember that at the exact same time.
It's somewhat impressive.
Derrick was named after a very strong piece of equipment.
Yeah. No, it's a reference to the history of this town. They used to have a pretty thriving agricultural business, and they needed derricks to move everything onto the road. They used to dump a lot of goods and out of this town.
Did they also hold races or something? Was there lots?
I mean,
of
there were on
running?
occasion races. Yeah, I mean, a
Okay.
horse race now and again, or
I mean,
Say hi.
run. I just thought that people ran.
oh yeah, you made a run to the derricks.
Okay.
Derrick's Run.
Now I understand. Thank you.
Yeah.
So not anymore.
Well, I mean, I certainly haven't noticed a huge load of convoys hauling food out of here in a while, 5 years at least.
Any reason?
Well,
I haven't stopped off. I don't know.
how attentive are you? I mean, you were hit by a giant wad of spit once.
Weren't you also?
Man,
No,
yeah,
I watched it happen.
I was gonna.
He didn't hit me 2 feet tall.
I thought when you were standing there.
No,
He's like,
no,
first of all,
right
first of all,
It's true. Yeah, you're right.
Small target.
I want to know how often you are ready to get hit with a giant ball of snot from a 4-foot tall frog. I want to know how often you're ready for that, especially when you're driving a carriage, which is not easy.
Well,
By the by.
I mean, I'm sorry, but the prophets named you Fleming.
I mean, no, they
It
didn't.
is
My
obvious.
parents named me Fleming.
Well, they knew something you did not.
Okay. Have fun, guys. Don't call me.
Wait, hold on.
follow
Is there
him
any
to the
cool
town.
spots in town
Right?
we should hit up?
You do that awkward thing where like one person walks and the other person.
No, he just stops
A
in
little
the
bit
dead
behind
center of the
them.
road and lets you guys get ahead.
But we cannot leave him alone.
Fleming, one more question. Do we have? Is there any cool spots in town we should hit up, or what's happening?
He says, I mean, there's an inn, but I don't know, like that. I'd call it the cool spot.
Is it the only spot?
Is it literally
I mean, I don't know what kind of. This is not a big living area out here. This is an agricultural community. It's,
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's an inn and there's a general store, and
Is there alcohol? I guess.
at the inn.
So
Always.
much.
What kind of weird life do you live, man, where you have inns without alcohol? And
I don't know. You said this was a weird town. I just assumed.
I guess there's that.
A dry town, the worst.
All right, I'm gonna head to the.
So
inn.
actual hell.
He says, yeah, I think it's
No.
called the Hawks. I think the inn is called the Hawks Rest, but I don't know.
The Hawks Rest.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I remember it being called.
Of
Did-
course it is.
Did our dad used to sleep there?
Yes.
Well,
I'm just
I mean-
assuming.
oh
It's
my
for
god,
both
guys,
of
you
you.
didn't.
It's almost like he
Guys,
slept
no,
there.
no,
a lot.
listen. I need to clarify something here. Like, your dad owned and owns all of this.
But
Like-
did he?
Like, it's your land.
When you say, oh,
I mean, everything for like 50 miles, everything in the immediate area.
So was Derrick one of his children?
Yeah. No.
Yay.
I did not expect it to work.
Okay. Okay.
So Fleming sort of just like stops talking and just walks.
We're basically the worst. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Yeah.
Christ almighty, get crushed by a carrot.
All
Have to
right.
deal with puns and wordplay.
How about we buy you a drink at the end?
How about...
How about four
Okay,
drinks?
actually, that sounds pretty good.
4 drinks.
Are we all just kind of like following him because
Yeah.
he's walking away from us?
Well, he's trying to walk away, but he's walking so slowly that it basically takes you like 10 seconds to outpace
Guys,
him.
we should bring him to every occasion. All right? Just saying this now.
Fleming forever.
Maybe like Fleming and Cousin Head can
Yeah.
be just best friends, and we can have Fleming live
Let's
in our
hire
house.
this dude.
Maybe we can get it so that really you guys are sort of ancillary to the whole show, like season 8 of a long-running sitcom, and like the main characters aren't really in it. Urkel is taken over. So there's a lot of episodes where it's just Fleming and Cousin Head sitting there talking to each other, which basically would be great for me because I could get down on my overhead and just talk to myself
That's great,
for
'cause we
2.5 hours.
If we have Fleming, Cousin Head, and we have the ghost, our house is populated entirely by just people that hate us.
Yay!
Mackenzie takes this opportunity to walk up to Fleming and say, I am you as you are me, as we are all together.
Oh God, you're doing the creepy thing again! Ah!
This feels like a back massage.
Okay,
Sorry. This is a full actual healing.
okay.
So yeah, 8.
Okay, I mean, he's not damaged, he's just sort of,
Yeah, but for an NPC, come on, it's got to fix a hip.
all right. Yeah, so he sort of like, oh, wow, that, it's weird, I feel like I don't have cancer anymore, does that make sense? No.
No, this is wonderful.
That got dark, I'm sorry.
Yes, he did cure cancer.
The
And I don't-
Fabials 4 have spoken.
No. We're gonna retcon that. He just sort of like pops his hip out, and it seems like the socket settles right in. He goes, "Oh, that actually feels way better. Thank you for not doing the creepy one."
This is invisible for the recording.
One
but
day you'll
Kevin
be
gets a
asking
high
me.
five.
I mean, we could do it, and they could hear it. If-
So hang on, okay.
there you go.
Better.
All right. So anywho, so Fleming and you guys walk to Derrick's Run.
There we go.
How are we doing on time? 7 o'clock? All right. Before we go ahead and get started here, let's take a quick 5-minute intermission. Let everybody head out and grab their drinks. If they want any refills, grab any other snacks. We'll come back here in 5 minutes. I'll be happy to answer any questions anybody has if something's unclear.
At which point shit will get real.
Oh, shit's about to get so real. Yes, you emerge into Derrick's Run, and the Reigns of Castamere begins to play.
No!
Sorry, I'm contractually obligated to make one Game of Thrones joke every time we do a show.
They warned us when we came in. No.
All right, disperse. Get yourself something to drink. I know I am. We'll be back in 5 to continue the adventure in the fields of Derrick's Run.
You're good.
Okay. It's John Wenhocking.
Actually, I
Wenhake?
have your pronunciation of
Sake?
chateau spelled out there. Chateau de Hochwing.
Yep.
Yes.
I wrote down yam.
Go ahead and get it all out of your system, guys.
Instead
Like,
of
Sorry.
yam, hawkwing. I was like, what did he say?
Yeah.
Yam.
Jamais?
So our dad was a
It was
root
a fancy
vegetable.
French name. What am I supposed to write?
Our dad was a root vegetable. Christine Marie Smith, 2017.
That can be the parentheses title for this episode.
Our dad was a root vegetable. I don't know what you mean parentheses title. On the podcast, that's the title now.
What was the title of the last
Our-
episode?
The Legacy of Jen Hockley.
Well, it's so obvious now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. We should have done our research.
My dad laughing.
Anywho, so you guys come up to the boundaries of the village, which you can tell because you're walking up on what appears to be farmland.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Says the
Kazunta.
paladin.
Sorry, you have to.
Bless you.
Bless you.
By the by, thank you to the audience for dropping off a free beer. You probably saved their lives.
And happy birthday, Kevin.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
happy
no.
birthday, Kevin! Yeah.
Thank you. I'm a 31-year-old spending his birthday playing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm the luckiest boy in the world. So anywho, so you come up to the boundaries of this village, coming up on what appears to be huge tracts of farmland. I mean, they stretch as far as the eye can see, and you can see that there are things growing in there. That you can see squash, some scattered squash plants and cabbages, but there's not a lot going on in these huge tracts of land. Monty Python joke of the evening. There you go. And as you're kind of looking around, as you're kind of walking through these big chunks of farmland, you see there's a silhouette just on the top of the hill, walking around vigorously and like walking to a place and like stopping and bending over and like flipping through things and then like getting up and walking over to the next row and bending down and fiddling with it. And as you approach, you see that this is a fairly tall, like broad-shouldered woman with this sun-bleached blonde hair tied up in a loose ponytail and just like this massive floppy hat, right? This massive sun hat that she's wearing. If you can picture Van Gogh's sort of sun hat, like that but bigger.
The best hat.
The best hat. And she's walking around and she's leaning over and doing something in the ground as you approach her.
So where did you get that hat?
Oh, she looks up and she goes, "Oh well, gosh, hi, y'all."
Okay, wow.
What?
Nothing, you're just very nice. And
Oh,
that
thank
accent
you.
is...
Thank you, aren't you just pleasant as punch? Come on. Here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so y'all, we made the hat. I made it. Took some reeds, we knit it together over the course of a couple of weeks.
So it's like an artisanal, handcrafted kind of hat.
I mean, yeah, you can say that. I handcrafted it, that's for sure. Wow. She sticks her. I'm Therese.
I'm Hayden. Hi.
So rustic.
And she says, "What can I do for y'all?"
Do you know, what's his name? Jen
We're looking
Hawkins? Do you know of this person, Jen Hawkins?
Hawkwing.
Hawkwings?
Hawkwing? Oh yeah, I mean
Hawkwing.
he's the unofficial. He's the lord around here. He doesn't do much in terms of the ruling. He just sort of pokes his head in once every couple of years.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, apparently we're your new dark saviors. I mean, benevolent overlords.
Our what?
I mean, nothing.
Sorry, that's all he does.
She said, "I'm sorry, I don't understand. What's that?"
I didn't say anything.
There,
Nothing.
Apparently, we are his heirs.
Okay.
If that means anything.
She
to
sort of
you.
like does some mental calculus, looking at the human, the elf, the halfling, and the devil.
he was a wizard that could shapeshift and lived
Yeah,
600
I know,
years.
I know he was
so,
Yeah.
I mean,
We
yeah.
think it's
No.
weird too.
It's
knows.
super weird.
She knows.
He was a pretty super weird guy. I only met him the once. He rolled through about 10 years ago when I first took over as mayor of the town.
Oh, you're the mayor.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, I sort of wear many hats. Ha, hat. Yeah.
So did our father.
Yeah, so I'll hear. She says, "Hi, yeah, no, I'm Therese," and she sort of goes through and shakes everybody's hand. And what's your name, ma'am?
Paget.
Paget, nice to meet you. You sir?
Mackenzie, nice to meet
Kenzie,
you.
nice to meet you. I already met Hayden.
Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe, I love that name.
Thank
Can I just say?
It's regional. I just
my
don't want to
goodness.
talk about it right now.
Well, it's just cute. Cute as a bug in a
Thank
rug is what I can say.
Is.
Jesus.
Oh.
So
I think I have a little bit of it coming back to me. Oh, how you doing? Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. Stop right now.
So one of your moms had a similar accent then.
I mean, that is his name.
I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, his name
Okay,
is Bobby.
so she takes a moment and she sort of like gets a bit of a somber look and she goes, so I guess I'm to take it then that Hawkwing's no longer with us.
Oh no, he died.
Yeah. It's kind of what I meant. I was just trying to be gentle because I didn't know what y'all's relationship was with him. She seemed real sad.
Oh God.
She does that.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
God.
the heiress of Bobby Joe. He has the last name.
She has a big heart.
No, everyone's
Yeah.
just gonna die. It's
What is
fine.
the inn?
Yeah.
She says, oh, inn's down, 2 miles.
We owe Fleming drink.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh, is
and
Fleming still with us?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Fleming's just standing back watching with an incredibly amused expression on his face.
Therese, this is Fleming. He got hit by a ball of snot.
Fleming, did you get hit with a ball of snot? And he just said, yeah, it was not. It's not something I want to talk about.
It was
thanks."
acid snot.
It's cool. This lady lit someone on fire with her brain.
I do that.
Oh, are you a magic user too?
Yeah, I mean, yes, but it's complicated.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, hi, I'm the aggro wizard around here.
I'm just so excited, guys.
Yeah.
Because I can't make anything grow at all. I literally make things wither and die, and that's not like a metaphor.
Yeah, you look at her, you look now and you see that, like, where she's been, like, planting small, like, pieces of really thin balsa-esque wood with, like, a glowing sigil attached to it.
I put my hands under my arms because I know I will destroy it.
Oh.
It's just true.
And she says, yeah, I've been trying to sort this all out for a while.
So, I know it's not tropical, but do you happen to grow vanilla beans? Or know if they're sold in town?
She says, well, you can check with Kinda. Kinda runs the general store. I don't know if she's got any vanilla beans. We're pretty far out from where you could get those.
Okay, but I'll check.
And I mean, I can take a look and see about it. I mean, I'm not like a druid, with the druidic magics that can grow whatever the hell they want by the virtue of, their deep and spiritual connection with the planet itself. I'm more of an arcane student trying to figure out an arcane solution to the issues out here. I have more of an understanding of the pH balances of the soil, more of a scientific pursuit, if you will.
So this whole arcane thing, can you learn it? Is it just something you can pick up? Just
Yeah, absolutely. Wizardry.
anyone can do magic?
Well, I don't want to say anyone. I mean, that seems like that would be overselling. But yeah, people, sufficient talent and intelligence and drive. Yeah, a person can pick up magic.
Or you can make a deal with the dark god.
That sounds
godmother.
nice. I might do that.
I don't recommend that. That's how a lot of people get their skulls eaten.
Okay,
Not the brain, but the skull, and then there's these bags that flop around. There was an incident at my school. It was bad. That's all I can say.
Okay, so maybe just learning things the good old-fashioned way.
I mean, takes 15, 20 years. Can take a while.
How
to learn.
about maybe a 10-minute course, maybe 30 minutes, an
I
online
don't know how
sort
I
of thing?
feel about a correspondence course on magic
I
or
just
what have you.
do you know about curing magical diseases at all?
Oh, I mean, that ain't my speciality, unfortunately. I mean, are we talking about a disease of plants or of corn? Because I'm real good with that. I know
mean,
a ton about dealing with blights and fungi and infected materials.
No plants, but lots of people, an entire.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't.
Backstory.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, subtle hints at backstory, folks.
Dun, dun, dun.
She says, well, I'll tell you what, I don't know much, but let me get in touch with my old university. I'll see if I can get somebody who can write in. Maybe we could get somebody to come visit who might know a little bit more about this than I do.
That would be nice, because, I can do magic totally, not a problem, but,
Oh, absolutely, honey. High elves are almost always some of the most gifted magic users of all time.
Yes,
so.
I am a
Kenzie's
high
been
elf.
raising his hand in the background the whole time.
Oh,
I can do diseses.
He's very short.
Yeah, but no one noticed. It's been like there the whole.
You're tiny.
And she says, now I'm seeing a bunch of them fabled 4 sigils all over your armor and whatnot. I'm assuming you're one of them followers? Now, divine magic and arcane magic's different. You all know that, right?
Yes.
You got it.
Well, God's
Sure,
evil
yeah.
magic to.
All right, tell you what. Let's all head to the Flying Cock, and
Beg your pardon?
the Flying Cock is the inn in town.
Okay.
Did our dad open that
right.
one? Cause it feels a little bit
It's
like
actually
her.
really good. I get a chance to talk to y'all about this. Let's walk and talk. Let's walk and talk. And she starts heading into town,
Oh, great.
Walk
yeah.
and talk. I love
and
walk
she
and
says,
talk.
"So yeah, your dad and the Grents, the Grent family, they own the inn,
The Grants.
and they have for a
Darn it,
real
now
long
I'm
time."
doing it.
Is it Grint, Grant, or Grant?
I mean, I feel like I said it pretty plain. It's Grant.
What?
GR.
It's like a land
Had all three
grant.
letters.
Okay, I thought this was like a family. Okay,
Well, it is.
never-
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, Grant's the family name.
Okay, but-
Vol is the guy that we're going to meet. He's the owner of the inn. Vol Grant. Yeah.
Well, okay. Sounds like you're saying Grint. I'm just
Well, if
saying.
you put
Well,
names together,
you know, I
we
mean-
have all grants.
You
I
have it-
just talk how I talk.
Grant.
And it's charming, dear.
Oh, thank you.
We all
Yeah.
have speech impediment, apparently.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, you talk funny. As I didn't want to be rude, but you do talk a little funny.
Oh, I get that a lot.
Yeah. So, just so I mention it before we get in there, the Grants and your dad sort of had a running, I don't want to call it a feud because it wasn't like violent, but they didn't get along. And so, yeah, your dad did start the Hawk's Rest, but about 5 years ago, they were able to get enough money to purchase it from him, and they kind of renamed it to the Flying Cock.
I mean,
And I mean, ostensibly, that's a rooster.
Yeah.
But I think we all get the subtext, right?
That they don't like to clip wings on the rooster.
Exactly, son.
I'm genius.
I mean,
And she just gives you like the
don't
best
go making
pat
the
on the head.
subtext text. I mean, man, where are you raised?
So, you may want to
In a
downplay, your relationship with your dad.
I mean,
when
it's not
talking
like
to
he was
Vol-
there
When
for
you
us
say a
anyway.
relationship, you mean mysterious father? Not exactly.
Well, I didn't know what your relationship was. You didn't tell me.
He abandoned
He's
all
our
of
father.
us. Just he.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. That doesn't sound like the way a person ought to behave. I gotta tell you.
No,
I
it's
turned out
not.
better off. Just saying.
I'm okay about
Now-
it.
She just leans in kind of close to you and kind of gives you a, "Did you?"
Yes.
Okay. As long as you feel that way.
In church,
She
there are
said with
many
her
fathers.
horns.
Bobby Joe, you doing all right over there? You've been awful quiet.
I just don't want to talk about the farm magic all the whole time.
I mean, that seems a little dismissive. I mean, it's a deeply complex
I'm
subject.
gonna let you guys do whatever you all want, you know?
All
So-
right.
Oh, well, shit, I'm fucking doing it again. Can't get the fucking country boy out of the city, you know? Or the other way around. I don't know how that phrase goes.
Mysterious background hymns.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so you guys, yeah, I mean, Derrick's Run is a real small town that you pass by like 5 or 6 farmstead kind of, places before you're even officially in what could be recognized as a town. And it's really like a central square, general store, blacksmith, inn, and that's it.
And a vanilla bean salesman, I assume.
Of course,
great.
yeah, absolutely.
Characters won't
Out here in the
lost.
middle of nowhere, they have vanilla beans constantly,
All the time.
all the time.
Can
Are
I
you
roll
gonna go?
for that?
Are you gonna go in and check with the general store?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm gonna head towards the Flying Cock.
sure.
I just. That's
We've all
my
done
general.
that.
I may run towards the Flying Cock if you catch my drift.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
I would also gonna go to the inn.
Touche.
Go to the inn.
Okay,
Mackenzie will follow.
so you're all going to the inn and you're going to the general store.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Well,
go to.
only Fleming's going.
They have to buy him a drink.
Have to buy him for
Yeah, Fleming's coming along with you guys to the inn.
Just making sure.
Me-
It's important.
Does he have like a danger addiction?
Fleming?
Yeah. I mean, he really shouldn't come with
Is he a
We
masochist
bribed
of
him
some
with
sort?
drinks, and I healed his hip.
Fair enough.
He's our human body shield right now, alright? This is great. Keep him around as much as possible.
He's a
He's
carriage
a red
driver.
shirt.
I don't care. I don't care. If we had to, like carry him like a backpack,
I'm gonna go buy
we
some
will do
vanilla
that.
beans for a ghost, okay?
anyhow.
I'm not 100% sure that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's not,
I'm
actually.
gonna try.
We're going to
I
try.
mean, I appreciate that. Heads
So,
up.
okay. So, you guys go into the inn. And yeah, it does have, like, the swinging, thing. And it's clearly a hawk carved into the wood of this sign. But they've gone and they've sort of, like, scratched, like a rooster's... I forget what it's called, but frill comb. Yeah, they've carved that in there and sort of like tried to hack this rooster, this hawk into a rooster. It has not gone very well.
The
but
hawk
as you
blood
enter,
is strong.
I bust through the door and go. I like take like really long strides.
Okay.
And then go to the most beautiful maiden.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Barmaid.
We're gonna do this, huh?
And,
Okay.
And nudge her and it's like, hey, what's up?
So there is a woman sitting in the inn at this moment. She's pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make an insight check. This is fun.
Oh no.
Family!
Don't dishonor us.
You're not in my head. Oh shit. Critical fail.
It's a 1. If you didn't.
So I did not intend for there to be a statutory role at any point in this production, but I guess that's what we're doing.
I mean, our dad already had a pretty bad reputation.
No,
so
no,
go
I'm not
for
gonna.
it.
I'm not gonna do this because it would be gross.
Thank you.
There is a girl in here, sort of having. She's got a big flagon of ale, and she is super ripped, but she's also super young. She's like 17,
Okay.
right? And she's kind of like shaking her hair, and you can see like dust clouds of ash coming off of her hair,
And I'm all.
which is this super pale blonde. So she look, and she's kind of got like a squashed face. Like she's not the most. Well, she's not like a beauty. She's not some weird,
And I'm thinking.
like country girl
I'm thinking good
stereotype.
enough.
But you're going good enough. But she is 17. I want to reiterate.
Do I know this? I
Yeah,
honestly
no,
don't
well-
know this.
In the interest of not being creepy, yes, you know this. Even though you rolled a 1. Even though.
I go, yikes, never mind.
Yeah, she's pretty. And
Hey, honor.
she's in there.
This is
There's like
nice.
3 or 4
Good,
guys
yay.
and like one
We already have a
like
bad
14-year-old
reputation.
who's like walking around and like serving up drinks to people, but he's like a 14-year-old kid.
I go to the next age-appropriate person.
So you plop down amongst this group of like laborers who are hanging out at a table.
Nudge them. Hey.
How you doing?
Yeah, we both
So,
got
yeah,
buckets of chicken.
You
What do you
nudge
say?
these guys and you're like, hey, and they kind of give you this look and they're like, oh hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, great.
Guess who I
You
am.
new in town?
Yeah, I'm
Traveling
here.
through?
Yes, I have. Just this is my first time being here.
Great. Well, hey, listen, welcome to Derrick's Run. You know, we're so glad you came through. What are you doing in town? You just where are you headed?
Oh well, I am recently discovered that some huge news about my life that's I think changes things a lot. You know.
I go like, I mean, I'm very flattered, but that's not really where I go. It's nothing personal. I want to be clear. Like if I
pat his
did,
hand. I grab his hand, pat it. Oh.
yeah, no, please don't touch it.
It's not what you think.
Okay, sure.
It could be worse.
I will own you one day.
It could have been worse.
And I walk away.
Yeah. So for those of you in the tavern, things just got a little weird. Like you didn't hear the conversation necessarily, but it just feels really weird in here all of a sudden.
I make sure that I just kind of ignore the fact that I'm related to Bobby Joe. Just kind of like
Fleming looked-
slightly turn
yeah.
my back.
You didn't know until yesterday.
I mean, he's blood related, but I don't know this guy.
And I go away to my sister. Sister, buy me a drink.
I don't
Mackenzie
know.
climbs a bar stool
Yep.
and stands on the stool and asks.
Just a
for-
little bit of a production.
Hey,
It's a
man.
little bit like, yeah.
If you need a lift.
Yeah.
Negative
You'll know in
2
most
on
places
strength.
there are steps 4 halflings.
Okay, good.
This is a little rural. They don't have a lot of halfling travelers, so
It's
it takes you a little bit.
30 stools. Okay.
Well, I'm stronger than I look.
You can pick me up.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not offended.
Oh yeah, you have no trouble picking him up.
okay.
I mean,
I don't want to cross any lines or anything.
he's like an 80-pound person.
Okay,
Cross lines.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to offend the short person, so
I'm short.
I gently
What?
pick him. Okay, I gently pick him up and put him on the stool for him. There you
Elves
go.
are sometimes confusing.
I'm just being politically correct.
So, as you guys are having this little discussion, it's got this fellow with like a short, kind of haircut, kind of balding at the top with like salt and pepper all through the rest of his hair, walks up and he says, "Hi there. What can I do for you?"
We would like drinks, please.
Sure. What are you having? You want some ale? You want bourbon? You want whiskey?
The finest, I'll get you fucked up drink.
Stone piss?
He sort of glances up at Therese, and Therese just gives him a little nod, and he's like, "All right." And he goes into the back, and he comes back with 3 glasses about yay high with just a pitch clear liquid in it, and he just sets it in front of everybody, and he goes, "That'll be 1 gold piece each. I brew this myself, thanks."
I was actually wondering if you had any whiskey brewed in like beer barrels or aged in beer barrels. It's like a thing.
I mean, I have
But-
whiskey in whiskey barrels.
I mean, the flavor is fantastic. It's what? It's fine. I'll just stick with. Never mind. It's cool. Yeah.
So you don't want your special.
No, this is good. It's fine.
Okay.
It's,
Okay. Sorry, I kind of got Fleming into that voice.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Is Fleming okay?
Fleming's being very quiet at the moment, but he's fine.
Fleming, are you okay with this?
He's nodding his head, by the way.
He nods.
to
Yeah, for
listeners.
those of you listening on the podcast, he nods very openly,
All right.
but he's not going to use that voice because it's already hard to keep track of all the voices.
Cheers to father?
to dad.
To dad.
To dad.
Fleming?
For abandoning us.
Fleming,
Yeah.
He wasn't part of our lives.
Nods like
until
he doesn't
now,
mean it.
apparently.
Mackenzie puts 4 gold on the counter.
okay.
Oh. Thanks.
I take a sip of mine, by the way. I'm not gonna get.
I guess
It's like raw rubbing alcohol. Like it is.
I
It
go.
is ever clear. Like,
go-
Yeah, we went
we
nowhere
need constitution
getting
checks?
stalked.
huh?
Do we need constitution checks?
I'm gonna say no because they didn't bring you you weren't actively trying to get drunk the way you were last
I'm
night.
just trying to not drink as much, volume wise,
Yeah, I just worry about my
but
body
get
weight.
fucked up eventually.
Sure.
Sip drinks.
So as you guys are drinking, the fella comes over and he says, "Well, y'all are toasting your dad there. Who's your dad? Something you all coming from a funeral or something? It's a pretty diverse group to be a dad."
His name was Yam. And we never got to meet him.
He left us when we were all very young.
Apparently, he was many races. Or we've been lied to.
There was a floating skull. You can't be.
But thank you, sir.
Okay, so he's just sort of like, "Okay, yeah, sure. Therese, can I have a talk with you over here?" And Therese just kind of like shoots you like a, and like walks over with him.
Who's trees?
Therese is the woman you were.
The hat.
Oh,
Hi,
tree
honey.
lady.
Tree lady.
Trees,
So,
what?
trees.
Therese.
It's
the
like
tree.
Fleming. Trees, lady,
Oh.
grows trees.
Oh my god. I'm glad you found a skill for remembering names.
Yay!
Yeah, so long as I never give anybody a name that doesn't in some way describe them.
I
Which,
think
hang on, I'm trying to think if I've actually accidentally done that all the way through here.
Well, upon that note, did Yam Hawkwing have wings?
Yeah.
You have not asked, and no one has admitted or denied that. So
I mean,
you
I'm
don't know.
sure he did at some point because he did shapeshift.
Touche.
He did.
So we're going to abandon you all in the tavern for a few minutes.
Great.
And jump over to the
When he comes
General
back,
store.
fighting.
Yes.
Or dancing.
You walk in and there's this woman who's probably in her mid-60s who's very thick and like well-bodied and like very, very vigorous, walking around like fiddling with things. And the general store has all of the things you'd expect. It has like small tools for farming and like housework leaned up against one side, and it's got like sacks of barley and corn and things that you would expect there. And then there's this one wall that's just loaded with like little wooden tchotchkes.
Love it.
That are like hand carved little things, and they run the gamut of like these super cute like little like you're not sure if it's supposed to be like a person or an elf or a halfling or whatever, but it's like there's these little like mini dolls, and some of them are a little articulated. Nothing like brilliant, right? Nothing that like a master woodcarver would do, but like somebody sat down and spent their evening whittling and then put it up on sale.
How much are these a piece?
And she says, "Oh, it kind of depends. It depends on how much I like it. They're my little babies."
I mean, just approximately.
Oh, anywhere from 5 coppers up to 2 gold pieces for a couple of them.
Okay, I'm gonna buy like 20.
So you just throw a bunch of money at her, and you're like, and I want this one, and I want this one, and I want this one. Because as thrilling as I'm sure our audience would find 40 minutes of tchotchke negotiation, I feel like we should move on. So go ahead and deduct 30 gold pieces.
30 gold. And
Well, actually, hang on.
wait.
Make a charisma check.
Okay. 21.
Make it a 10 gold pieces.
Yes.
So you can tell throughout the course of this conversation, this nice woman whose name is Kinda, she was told earlier that it was Kinda, but it's Kinda.
Kinda.
But Kinda doesn't negotiate a whole lot for the tchotchkes. And it's very easy to flatter her and just be like, "Oh, I love this one so much," and she's like, "Oh, well, you love that one. Well, why don't you take that for 5 silver?"
I'm not even doing it intentionally.
Yeah, you're not even
I'm 100% sincere.
Yeah, your enthusiasm bubbles over, and she gives you a huge discount on everything related to these tchotchkes.
Yes. I have 20 tchotchkes written down on my inventory list.
It's going to be a ton of fun when that somehow comes up in the plot down the line.
They're going to make amazing caltrops.
I would never do that to them.
Yeah,
I
but
love them
Tran
all, and I'm
would.
going to give them names. So I have to names after all of this is over.
So after all of this, and what the hell? Okay. So you ask about vanilla beans, and she says, "Oh, gosh, I just don't keep them here long enough. They go bad so quickly in this climate. I don't bother stocking anything like that."
Any preserved ones?
Dry them.
I've got my lawn's my husband. I told you all about him.
Lawn.
Yeah. And she told you all about
Yes.
lawn, LON, if you want to write it down.
I was going to write LAWN, so I appreciate that clarification.
She's married to a grass patch.
Anyway.
Anywho,
It's
she says, "Well, he travels into the towns and the cities on occasion to pick up supplies. I'll mention it to him. He can bring something back, maybe."
Oh, I'd be happy to pay for them. I just have a friend who likes vanilla.
Sure. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and I'll put in a special order for you. I don't know when it's going to get here, though.
Thank you.
It could
I'll
be a
around.
couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months.
That's fine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You're moving into Derrick's Run?
I'm gonna be nearby, ish.
Okay. Are you going to be down the road at Giddy's by the Reins, or?
I'm gonna be staying over at the. Hang on. I literally wrote it down for myself.
So at this point, Paget digs a piece of note paper out of her bag.
She keeps a notebook.
The Chateau de Hochwing.
Oh, you're staying all the way up there.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
with my cousin Head.
Okay, that's an interesting name.
Well, he's a floating skull, and I have horns.
Yeah, no, I was noticing. Is someone living there? I didn't know that anybody lived there. It's been kind of not lived in for a while now.
Oh, but it's so well kept.
Is it?
Yes, the garden is perfectly decayed.
Make an insight check real quick.
Okay.
Oh, wait, never mind. You said perfectly decayed.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, It is. So I've heard. Okay, well, listen, if there's anything else you need, you just stop by and let us know.
Pleasure.
And I walk out with my arm full of tchotchkes.
Okay, so you go to the inn, presumably.
Yeah, with just this armful. Just
So yeah, Paget walks in with a big armful of, like, wooden dolls.
simply beaming. With
You
her
walk.
shark fangs.
Beautiful.
So what you have
Yeah.
missed, Kevin.
Oh, God. No, the story does not advance if I am not participating.
I mean, it's nothing big. It's just kind of.
Our
Okay,
characters
go ahead.
are
What did I
dancing
miss?
together.
What did I miss somehow?
Mackenzie
And Hayden.
are dancing together.
But daddy-daughter style. So
my God.
Mackenzie is standing on my feet.
I'm in the corner vomiting. I'm like, oh,
You can tell us what
they
Flair's
barely
doing.
know each other. This is our second day together.
And Pat's just like, oh dear.
So, there is no music playing. There is no bard or nobody strumming on a lute in the background.
Oh
So
dear.
this is just really the saddest thing you've ever seen. This, like, elf woman with this halfling, like arm's length away from her.
Is your feet
Just
on
like
her
we're
feet?
swaying.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't know who initiated this, but I think it might ruin it if I knew.
Yeah, no, I don't want to know.
You don't need to know anything
else.
other than this.
I want
And
to
I
be really
know
clear.
nothing other than
I
this.
never, guys, I want to be really clear. I never wanted explained how this happened, or how you came to this conclusion.
Actually,
Or who, no. Shit.
Barbarian magic.
I will kill. I will drop a flaming platypus on the first person to tell me anything about this visual. I want this to exist in a perfect sphere of baffling wonder,
So,
in which Paget walks in and you're just doing this. And I'm assuming you're crying. Like, I'm assuming Hayden is sobbing.
I
like,
mean-
quiet light. Like,
Yes. You know what? Yeah. Again, not sobbing, but just kind of
But
like,
just
not the single tear, but just silent.
like
This
yeah,
is
the
like a-
face is stoic, the tears are pouring.
Like
Mackenzie
an
has
episode
to
of Twin
ask,
Peaks
though.
all of a sudden.
Am I too heavy for your feet?
Oh my
no,
god.
Oh, God, no.
I should cry.
I'm so glad I.
And meanwhile, Fleming and Vol and everybody in the tavern is just sort of watching this with amazement at the incredibly bizarre circumstance that is unfolding in front of them.
And I'm just gonna like, I whisper underneath my breath, like, we're gonna ruin this business of awkwardness. Yeah, fuck yeah.
so I bought tchotchkes for everyone. Here's one that's tiny. Here's one that has angry eyes, and here's one that looks like horny Shakespeare.
Very thoughtful.
Horny Shakespeare for me.
Yes, that was the intention, Bobby Joe.
I just need to like declare it, right? You might take my shit away.
Here's a neck ruff.
So you guys basically are gonna hang out here and drink, I presume.
Actually,
Actually?
I was thinking about walking around town.
Okay. Sure. Why not?
Yeah, so I'll chaperone because I haven't been drinking.
Okay.
I'm clutching the tchotchke to me because I'm very touched that you would buy something
It is
for me.
very angry eyes.
And I feel the anger. And I'm like, this is me.
So
Yay.
I stay around the bar and ask about like the lord of the place. Like I heard so much about.
Okay. So you drop. So yeah, what's going on with the Lord?
17 tchotchkes.
And Vol sort of comes over to you, serving you another drink. Sort of just says, "Oh, well, he's the most obnoxious person who's ever lived." Wow, did I go to like a weird Irish Welsh thing there?
Aces.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't. Say.
Thanks for the third beer, guys. I really needed this for my incredible precise accent work that I'm trying to do here.
So good.
Yeah. No, he says, he just sort of gives you this long tirade that starts with his great-grandfather and the various insults that Zhen Hawkwing dropped on him, and then the insults dropped on his grandfather, and then his father, and then him. And based on what you've heard about how often Zhen Hawkwing was actually physically in the area, almost none of this is true. Because in order for Zhen Hawkwing to have been this insulting to this particular family, he would have had to have been coming in daily and basically like pissing on the floor, right? He would have had to have been that much of an obnoxious human being. So clearly that's not accurate, but it's very clear that the Grant family does not like Zhen Hawkwing at all.
Oh, it seems like you hate this guy.
Oh, I hate this guy. I hate him.
Let's say, like, hypothetically, like...
I just wish he was so dead.
Like,
I wish he was dead
Wait, hold
and
on.
nobody would ever come and talk to me about him ever again.
Let's just say, hypothetically, he has children or something. Would you hate them? You know, like, if they had no previous association with them?
He was like no previous association.
None.
Like not even
Like,
taking
if
his
they
name.
didn't meet
Like
him.
he just wandered around and
Yeah.
had random kids.
Yeah.
That seems preposterous.
Let's say if that did happen.
I mean, they would still technically own the area, so I'd try to be nice. But I'm pretty sure they'd all be assholes.
I mean, he's not wrong.
You say.
I mean,
And then I just like
this guy's wife.
just walk away and tell these guys about like they
Clearly that's
really
what
hate our
happened. I mean,
these
So
hey,
Hayden-
guys.
Yeah.
They really hate our dad.
So Hayden, you're sitting with Therese, and Therese
Oh,
is
is
just
that
talking to you
good?
about magic and telling you. I mean, there are basic principles. It's the movement of energy, essentially, but via the delicate conduits of your mind. It's not, like I say,
mind, delicate, energy.
it's not. Yeah. And so you're having this sort of conversation, and she walks up, and she's like, I mean, not everybody's as abrasive as Vol, and I don't know if he believes all of them stories that his granddad used to tell. But, I mean, not everybody hates the Hawkwings around here. I just want to reassure you guys. Like, most of us just don't even know anything about him. He doesn't ever, I've been running this town for nigh on 5 years. I've never met the guy.
Single tear again.
Yeah.
Never met him either.
Yeah, oh, honey. Oh, honey. She, like, gives you this big old hug. She like, gives you a hug. She's like, it's okay. I mean...
Thank you, you're really sweet. And I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
that I was judging you for your accent.
Oh, honey, it happens all the time.
Okay.
Listen. Back at the university, the very first thing that happens when you talk like I do is everybody assumes you're this country bumpkin. All you gotta do is go out and succeed in spite of them. That's just life.
You're the most inspiring person I've ever met, Therese.
And she says, "Well, I'm a failed aggro wizard in a tiny town. That's a little sad." But thank you for the sentiment.
Yep. You don't know my family.
I don't,
Hey.
and frankly, it seems like there's a lot to sort out
right,
there.
I forgot.
She said, I want to be clear, like, I am a smart person and we are trying to tackle things. It's just that the way that people have done things here has been for so long, so backwards, it's really messed things up. I mean, the kobold issues have been problematic to a huge degree.
The wet issues?
The kobold issues? Oh, yeah, you're not from around here. So kobolds, little tiny dragon people, not particularly smart, not particularly dangerous, but there's a big community of them out in the forest. And, well, they've been, there's some problems with them. We used to, the problem is, I mean, these adventurers are out there slaughtering these poor folks. And yeah.
Tiny dragons? They're being slaughtered?
No, they're not dragons. They're kind of like dragon people.
But I mean, tiny dragon people being slaughtered is kind of an issue.
Well, and from what I understand, out in the world, like, they're not great when they live up against most human communities, but out here, we have a great relationship with them. We really love their shit.
Can I come running out of the bar into this conversation?
Sure.
I'm like, guys, everyone hates our dad. We have a public relations problem.
You're telling our characters?
We have to do something to win their
Just
affection.
to clarify this for me, Tran, are you with Hayden and Therese, or are you running out to talk to these two?
I don't even know what
these
we're
two.
doing. I guess we're just
Awesome.
standing there.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Pat just going through
Right.
naming all of the tchotchkes.
So we'll go back to the plot in a minute or two, but since Tran felt this was really important. Out in the street, you run up to Paget and Mackenzie, who have been walking around town. And by walking around town, I mean they walked around the town in like 10 minutes. I cannot stress enough how small a community this is.
We got
I
our
mean-
bearings.
This is
Yeah,
delightful.
she showed you the tchotchke shop.
Nice.
She walked you over, and there's the girl who you saw at the tavern earlier with all the ash in her hair is now at the forge, sort of banging out like very basic supplies. She's like making nails you know. And they're simple, rudimentary. You know, she's doing real simple, basic stuff, and just sort of like, you know, knocking out a couple of hours worth of work.
Oh, crafting! That's amazing.
He says, "Oh, thanks so much."
I
mean,
ripped mine straight out of the unknowable void.
The what? I'm sorry. You make what?
Out of the magic realm of fairy dust, where my fairy godmother lives. I just take my sword out of there.
What?
Nothing.
I don't make swords or anything. Like I'm a blacksmith. I make, you know, basic stuff. I make barrel rings and
I just
nails and horseshoes and things.
I assumed swords said I get into trouble.
I mean, I could make a sword, but like nobody here like fights anybody, so I've never tried. What? I mean, in theory, I could like do something.
Not even sacrificial daggers.
What?
Mackenzie.
She just sort of like backs. She
at her
takes like a
friends.
very hesitant step back. She's like, what? Sacrificial? No, I don't know.
Write down, maybe don't mention sacrificial daggers, Paget.
And I want to be really clear. Paget is like taking her notebook out and writing this down in her notebook.
No, she really
Yeah,
keeps
Mackenzie's
notebook of all
finally
the
looking
things
at
people
her for,
do
I
and
think,
don't
the
do.
first time ever, like, sacrificial? Interesting.
This is the first time you've noticed anything off about Paget.
She's never done anything in front of him, really.
She
What?
She did light someone on
This is a
fire with
moment
her
where
He
Right.
was
ring.
an evil toad!
If this was a movie, I would 100% cut together a montage of all the shit that Paget has said that is vaguely evil in front of Mackenzie.
This might be that triggering moment for the first time ever. Like, something could be off with this person.
Who looks like the devil?
Guys, can I just
Hey,
say
now
that
that is just based on looks.
I mean,
Come on.
That's true.
He's
and
a paladin.
I appreciate that viewpoint. My shark teeth don't mean anything.
Guys,
Anyway.
I'm so happy right now. Anywho,
I think
so
he's gonna
yeah,
have
I
to
mean,
do
so
divine
Tran comes
sense.
out. So Bobby Joe comes running out, and as you guys are having this conversation in the young blacksmith's shop, he tells you that you guys have a public relations problem because this town hates the Hawkwings.
He tells us we have a public relations problem as I ask somebody if they have sacrificial daggers.
Yep.
Cool.
We're
Yep,
doing
that's exactly
literally
how
the worst things as imagined possible, all right, guys? Like, we gotta earn these guys' trust if we're ever gonna earn their trust.
Who does not trust us?
The bar maidens.
We must
obviously.
fix this.
Yes, yeah, exactly. He's our face, maybe. I don't know. Let's think about this.
He is very cute and small.
Okay, this is the shit that we can't say out loud, all right?
I am small.
And cute.
Thank you.
Yes.
She is very nice.
We're gonna have to
I
go.
know.
I'm just saying, we're gonna have to go public about this.
Go.
One of these days to earn these
To
guys.
Overlord.
Yes.
Yes.
I think he's trying to tell us to
Kind
talk to
of.
the bartender. After that, lost him.
Okay.
Okay, so the leaving the blacksmith somewhat bemused and baffled by this strange interaction she's just had.
It's bizarre and I'm sorry.
Back at the plot, Hayden and Therese are talking.
I'm still crying, because apparently that's all that Hayden, the barbarian, does.
And the kobolds are dying. I mean, that sucks.
And yeah, tiny dragon
Yeah, no,
people
so-
are being
so
slaughtered.
She explains that since time immemorial, the kobolds and the people of Derrick's Run have existed with this symbiotic relationship because apparently kobold shit is great fertilizer. Like amazing fertilizer. Like so good it completely supplements the soil with all of the vitamins and nutrients that plants need to grow. Electrolytes. It's what plants crave. Sorry. Had to drop it. But for real, the kobold feces is a great fertilizer for this area, and it was what led to the town of Derrick Run's overall success. About 5 years ago, the kobolds' supply started to diminish and diminish and diminish, and now the kobolds don't bring anything to the town. And she went and tried to investigate why, and she found out there's this camp of adventurers that has apparently been preying on the kobolds.
So where are these adventurers located? Because I have some few sharp words for them because, excuse me, you don't just kill dragon people.
And she said, well, I mean, it's an understandable thing because, most places in the world, kobolds and humanoids, elves and humans and all that, they don't get along, and kobolds are generally a little more stabby than our kobolds are.
But
so I do want to be fair.
It's still culturally insensitive, so...
I mean, it is that. I can't fault you there. And she says, I mean, I don't know where their camp is right now. They move around in the forest, based on... I haven't talked to the adventurers. This is just what the kobolds told me before they started throwing spears at me, thinking I was one of the adventurers. It was I didn't quite grasp what they were talking about.
I mean, I'm good with forests. If you could just point me in that direction, I'm sure I could talk some sense into...
She leans over and she looks out the window, and there's this big, thick forest literally right outside the window, and she's like, yeah, I can point you in this direction.
Again, I'm very good with forests. I know where they are at all times.
But you're good.
She's like, I believe you.
Yeah. Anyway, hey siblings. So, do you want to stop the murder of tiny dragon people?
Yes. Heroes to this town? Yes.
Hey.
And she said, well, I mean, it's an interesting conundrum, isn't it? Because on the one hand, I mean, the soil is depleted of its natural powers and abilities because of the kobold fertilizer. We've become dependent on it. So I want to try to resuscitate things and get it back to a more naturalistic growth. But at the same time, if we don't grow anything in the next 2 years, we're going to be in a famine, and that's not great.
Is she still speaking in common?
She is. This is dependency
I
on a
heard
certain
tiny
fuel
dragon
source,
people.
and
Yeah.
this is like very.
It's not great, is what I'll say.
No, it's not.
I mean, we got to look into some sort of alternatives, but and that's why I came to this town. I was actually going to do my dissertation on it.
I mean, I would say that.
I think she had.
I was hoping that next time somebody comes in, they'd have to call me Dr. Therese.
Oh, I understand. I'm just saying that maybe still use this fertilizer while building different infrastructure.
I suppose
for
that's the only
soil.
real option. Yeah.
I think that it's important to save the people nonetheless.
If you help us out, can you say that?
Mackenzie's jumping up and down with his hand in the
go.
air.
Yes, sweetie, what can we do for you?
Dr. Trees, I
Not
guess.
a doctor yet. Not till I defend my dissertation.
All right, Lady Trees. You had
less accurate somehow.
I think you had us at tiny dragon people.
I mean,
Well,
they're
gosh, I'm so glad to hear it.
I think we're ready for that.
I mean, they're
right?
they're like my brother Mackenzie here, but dragons.
Right?
Ma'am?
Tiny dragon people.
Ma'am?
For the people on the podcast, Kevin is holding up his little
If you
shield.
want to see what I'm talking about.
And there's a tiny
That's
dragon
these little
person
guys
on
right
it.
here.
That's it. There's tiny.
They're
dragon
super
people.
adorable.
Yay, tiny dragons.
Yeah, Paget's whole take on this is people are saying words, and I respect that. So
I'm
just
after
lead on.
tiny people.
Tiny people.
If we do this for you, can you write like part of your dissertation, like that we helped?
That the
and we
Hawkling-
Oh,
helped
absolutely, sweetie. 3 lines, absolutely dedicated to how we renewed our contract.
Our
with,
names
with the kobolds.
personally.
2.5
Sure.
of them about the wonderful elf barbarian, I'm sure.
Mackenzie has left.
Head towards the
There's
fort.
one rule in these games, and that is don't split the party. And I want to be really clear. I've been counting 5 times. 5 times you split the party on me in this thing. I'm clapping way too loud for my microphone. But, oh well.
Yay.
I mean, Paget will follow. She's like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's great.
We've got 2.
So still split.
Yeah, still split, but slightly better.
Therese, since you pointed me towards the forest, I'll follow my siblings out.
Oh, well, listen, it's so sweet of you all to offer to help out. I hope you can do something.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Mama Joe, are you going to go after him, or can I buy you a drink?
I'm gonna buy some knives just to arm these kobolds. Let's see. I think that will fix everything. I'm gonna arm them to a fucking teeth, and they can defend themselves, so that we don't have to fucking like think about that problem again.
That's definitely never gone bad in any sci-fi show ever.
No.
Therese is just sort of nodding and being like, Well, good luck with that. Hey, Vol, can I get a drink? And just sort of lets you go. So you're gonna go order some knives, huh?
Yeah, swords maybe? Swords?
I'm
Real short.
Knives. One of the shortest swords.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you go to the blacksmith.
Yeah, blacksmith.
And it's the girl you were thinking about hitting on earlier before you realized she was 17.
Okay. Hey there, a human being.
Yes.
Can I order some short swords, please?
What is with swords today? Everybody's talking about. I don't do that.
Can you do it or not? Or sharp objects that can help you defend yourself?
I mean, I can try knives, but I make steak knives for houses.
Okay.
I can do that. I can take a shot at it theoretically.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't get trained.
Did anyone in town have any weapons that I can purchase?
Why would we have weapons?
Okay, do you have any pitchforks? Actually.
Oh yeah, pitchforks. I got.
I'm gonna buy pitchforks right now. All right.
Okay, I got 2.
2? Oh my god.
Well, everybody already owns a pitchfork. Why would I make pitchforks and keep it on the shelves?
Fair
if
enough.
Everybody already has
Fair
one?
enough. Any other defense implements that I can purchase?
Okay. Here's the deal. I can take a shot at a short sword. I understand it. The theory.
How long will
behind
that
it.
take?
A couple of days.
I don't have days.
Well, I'm really sorry.
All right,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
buy
buy-
very specific needs that I apparently can't meet.
I'm gonna buy your pitchforks then. All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna buy these pitchforks.
Yeah, great. 10 silver. That's 1 gold piece.
10 silver?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
5 silver.
Everyone
for a gold
has a pitchfork in town.
That's what it costs to buy the materials. It's not me. That's literally me selling them at cost.
Can I get a better deal on this? I'm speaking out of this.
At that point, I'm OOC. Go ahead and make a charisma check.
Okay, cool.
500 gold pieces.
18 plus
1 gold piece.
He doesn't have 500.
charisma.
99. Oh.
4? Is it under 4? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 4.
So 18 plus 4 is 22.
Yeah.
3 drinks in, and I can do that level of math. Woo!
Hey.
All right.
Stop buying him drinks, guys.
I did math in my head. I didn't say it out loud.
Not you.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she sort of hems and haws, and she's like, well, I guess they are just taking up space there. 8 silver, and I'll let you have both sets.
All right. Pitchforks.
Yeah. So she hands you the pitchforks. You hand her 8 silver.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably.
He actually hands her a gold piece because he didn't have silver.
I'm not gonna fight. He probably had some copper and silver left over from when before he was.
She can make
here.
change.
She can make change. So yeah, she hands you those 2 pitchforks, and she's like, "What are you buying these for? Are you guys investing in town? Are you guys gonna be farming in town, or?"
We're investing. Yeah, we're nurturing in a fashion.
She's like, "Okay. Why are you saying fashion weird like that?"
Don't think about it. And I slyly walk away, just like this, rubbing everything. As I walk
Tran, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
12 plus sleight of hand. Where's that?
It's gotta be high.
15.
So yeah, you were able to sneak out a couple of random trinkets lying around.
Cool.
This is a really basic blacksmith shop, so you end up stealing 4 nails
Down. Yeah.
and a horseshoe.
Fucking lucky as shit. Cool.
Okay, so do you find so you guys just bailed for the forest immediately, didn't you?
I mean, Paget's sort of following along non-committally, but yes.
What time of day is it?
Committed.
I mean, it's getting a little later in you guys, it took you a couple hours to walk to the town, and
Okay.
so it was around noon by the time you got to the tavern. We'll say it's about 3-4 in the afternoon.
So both the high and the drunkenness has weared off.
Worn off a little. Yeah.
Okay, so
The high is done. You've come down from breakfast.
Paget's
Mackenzie
trying to
can help
carry
you.
her pack full of
It's been a-
tchotchkes, stuffing them in. Okay, how do I fit these all in?
Yeah, trying to squeeze them all into your bag has been a bit of an adventure, but worthy of an epic in its own right. But we're just going to go ahead and skip past that.
They could write novels about my tchotchkes.
You're a tourist trap.
Yeah, that's probably actually very true. Like you're probably
That's super
like
true.
you go to a city and everybody who sees you is like, oh my god, I can sell her so much shit.
Except unless they're terrified of me.
Unless they think you're the devil,
Yeah.
which I have forgotten to take into account because you play Paget so cute. I forget you look like the devil. So we're gonna have to remedy that. In any case, we're gonna assume that Bobby Joe can find you guys.
These people do.
And now you are all tromping through the woods,
It's true.
looking for a series of adventures. Go ahead and make a nature and survival check, everybody.
Yay!
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Nature and survival, or
18.
just whichever one?
Whichever
is
one is higher.
Okay,
18,
18 as well.
18,
12?
12,
5.
5.
Aw.
Yeah, you're not really great with forests.
I'm from,
There was-
I'm from an island.
Well, everything she touched dies.
That is also true.
So, you guys do about an hour and a half of reconnaissance throughout the forest, and there's nothing really near town that's like recent. Nothing's been going on near town, but as you get further out, you're sort of doing this little like this sort of like bouncing pattern, going further and further out from the village until you're about a mile out of town. That's when you start to see tracks of movement, signs of people walking around and in here, and largely they're these little, very, very thin footprints that are three-toed,
Oh, I thought we were looking for the adventurers.
which are
so we could
kobolds
threaten them.
themselves.
Well, we
take
found the
what we
dragon
find.
people first.
Fair enough.
So, you can keep looking if you want to make another roll. You can keep looking for the adventurers in specific, or you can try to locate the kobolds themselves.
Oh no, Paget doesn't
Go ahead
know
and
what
make a
we're
nature
doing.
check. Go ahead and make a nature check,
Okay.
Aiden.
Okay.
Forest girl.
Oh God.
Can I
Yay.
make nature?
5.
So you don't know anything about kobolds. They're just not in the area you're from, where you learned to kind of negotiate the wilds. They're not a thing where you're from.
But do we keep following the tracks?
Tim, I'll let you go ahead and make one because of your weird nomadic background.
3.
You know even less about kobolds.
I'm looking for tiny
I'm trying
people.
to arm them right now. Can I search for them?
Oh my God.
Slowly.
So you can, you can follow the tracks with them. I was just checking with our theoretically two people who might know anything about kobolds.
All right, understand.
Yeah.
But you grew up in a city where they
Yes.
don't exist, and she
Okay.
grew up on an island where they don't exist. So, womp womp.
I mean, there could be kobolds there, but it would be weird.
It would be super
It
weird.
just so happens we do think we're looking for dragon
Yeah,
people.
no kobolds.
Dragon people. Tiny dragon people.
Their cult is not compatible with your cult.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, you guys go ahead and make a nature check to see if you can find any signs of humans in the area. Hayden and Tim only.
Oh, okay.
So
7.
13.
13? No, unfortunately, with a 13 and a 7, you don't find the tracks of them. You can probably... You're seeing the movement of the kobolds within the forest in such patterns that you could probably sort of travel backwards along that path to the kobold encampment. But you're not 100% sure if you want to do that or if you want to... But you can't find the humans. They don't appear to have been hitting their main travel routes throughout the forest.
I know that I'm trying to save the tiny dragon people, but I'm also really interested in meeting the tiny dragon people.
Oh, sure.
Because they're tiny and dragons.
Absolutely.
So Hayden definitely follows
Okay.
the tiny dragon people.
Sure.
Or kobold footprints.
Paget asks, partway into all of this, once we've already been wandering through the forest for, how long?
Well, like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, so what are we doing?
We ladies first.
You don't actually have to
Hey,
explain.
Real
Just-
quick, just
legit,
real quick. I
Paget
want to know
doesn't know what we're doing.
I also would like to know what is said in an hour and a half or 2 hours. I don't need a full roleplay sequence, but I do want to kind of get a rough idea.
Can I guess?
Mackenzie has
Kobold,
been singing
poop,
religious hymns.
good, farm, eat, hungry, filled up, stuff like that. Right?
Yes.
Paget tries to sing harmony, but hers, whenever she sings, it just sounds like this ominous sound from beyond anything you even have ever.
It's probably great.
known.
Mackenzie's tone deaf.
It sounds then it sounds
Is it the hypnotoad
beautiful.
sound?
I mean, something akin to that. Yes.
Okay.
I I think there's a lot of reasons why Mackenzie had to leave the
Something
the
like
church.
throat singing, like, but just a touch unworldly.
Yeah, it's definitely of an octave that is like close to like a baritone Tuvan throat singer coming out of cute little Paget's face. So you can decide for yourselves how eerie and unsettling you find that. Okay, so hang on 1 second. Fantastic. So everybody in the audience goes, oh no.
It's either really good or really bad.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Not clarifying.
So you guys are sort of trooping up, and you're coming to a really shallow, like, outcropping of rock. You know, maybe like 6-7 feet up, which is where all these footprints are leading you up to. And you realize they're getting kind of thick, and you in particular realize that they're getting very close together.
Well trafficked.
And then you realize that like the most recent ones are really far spaced in terms of like stride.
So running.
So someone was running into here, and it's as you're realizing that my natural 20 kicks in, which is fantastic, because I was trying to see how well they could hide a net buried under the underbrush of the forest, which they did super great, guys.
Can we like reach across the table to do a super sarcastic group high five of how much we suck?
Yay!
Which is super apropos, because as you guys are walking, there is a snapping sound, and as you whip your head around, you are hoisted into the air by a net that's like 30 feet across diagonally, that catches all of you walking in a group together into one big bundle, hoisted into the air, and you hear a small chittering sound, sort of like a deep bass tone squirrel sound of, and underneath this net, those of you who can orient yourselves looking down can see a collection of like 8 kobolds all carrying stone spears tied to sticks, coming up and sort of like looking up and looking up at you four, and one of them just sort of gives you a little, which I'm assuming none of you speak kobold.
Unless it's infernal.
Nope.
No.
I'm gonna say.
Do any of you speak Draconic?
No.
I'm gonna say our father's name out loud. Jen Hawkins.
Hawkwing.
Hawkwind.
No. He says Jen Hawkins.
Hawkins.
And then we immediately correct him.
And as you guys, as all the three of you in unison sort of go, Hawkwing!
Okay.
That's where we're going to go ahead and leave it for tonight, because it's 8:22 and we have to vacate the space in 8 minutes. So that's the image I want to leave us on, is Jen Hawkins, Hawkwing!
While hanging from a
While
net.
hanging from a net.
And I have
5 different pitches.
Yeah, it was so good, guys.
Yay, Kevin!
What have I ever done to you? Hang on, I am actually aware of all. I killed her brother once.
I know!
great. Love it.
And
Anywho,
you killed
so
our
first
father.
of all, we'll let y'all go. Thank you so much for coming to our show. We hope to see you again in the future. We are going to put a podcast version of this up, so if you ever miss a show and you want to get caught up, feel free to check in with us at +1tomischief.com. Share, like, subscribe, all of the internet lingo that we expect at these times. A big round of applause for the Jean Cocteau, which is hosting us in great generosity on their behalf. They've got their gaming thing going on out in the lobby. Go out and play some awesome games. They've got a lot of cool shit going on out there. Have a drink, have some food. They're all fantastic. And I hope we get to see you again. A big round of applause for our players tonight. Myra Schnell, Tim Brown, Christine Smith, and David Tran. And thank you all so much for coming, and have a great evening. Play more games.
Thanks, Kevin.